Okay, I wanted to show you a stove that I'm doing some work on. Had a couple issues that we're resolving. First issue is that the burner light right here is staying on all the time. And to figure out which burner is causing the light to stay on, we have to go to the back side of the stove and we have to figure out which burner it is. If you'll notice, here's your burner light right here. This is the light that comes on, and it's got a purple wire that's running to every burner, to every switch back here. It's a purple wire, runs all the way over to your light. Now, to get to these wires, you first have to take the panel off, which is just a series of bolts on the outside of this cover. Goes all the way around, and the panel just easily comes off. Pretty simple. Take the panel off, then you're exposed to all these switches and wiring. First things first, make sure that your stove is unplugged. Which here, we're making sure it's unplugged. That was the first thing I did. And for all safety and intensive purposes here, it says 220 volts we're working with. It's a 220, and it can kill you. So safety is the utmost concern for anyone messing with a stove. Make sure your power's cut off and all that. And while we're speaking of safety, this video is for entertainment only. So anything you do is at your own risk. So just keep that in mind. I'm just showing you what I'm doing to this particular stove. So it's entertainment for you and all. So I figured out that it's this particular block right here. That's the problem. I mean, when I say block, switch, stove, burner controller, knob, I don't know the correct name for it. This knob right here was bad. And when you replace these knobs, you have to, or the burner control switch I should say, you have to pull this knob off, this controller on the outside. It just slides right off, pulls off, and then as you can see right here, there's two eyelet holes, and there are two itty bitty screws that go in there, and you have to be careful with those. You can lose those very easily, and they're very hard to replace as far as the size of them. So keep that in mind. They're more likely they're going to drop straight down like these two, but you also need to keep that in mind so you don't lose them. They're very easily to drop and lose. Those two screws out, and then what I did was matched up wire for wire on the back of this block. When I put my new block in, I just went from one block to the other and matched wire for wire to connect them all. Now, before I actually completely install and put everything back together, I will plug this stove back in to make sure that this burner light is not coming on anymore. Once I do that and I figure out that I've got a good new switch in here, then I'm gonna, and you have to make sure that you absolutely put the same exact switch that you've got in to replace the switch that you take out, because these smaller burners operate off of different power than the other burners. Some switches operate different than other switches, so you have to make sure you have an exact match to what you have. And if you take your old switch with you, you'll get an exact match. But if you write the numbers off the old switch and the model number to your stove and everything, you should get an exact match. But that is key to replacing one of these burner switches. Hopefully that will help someone. I'm going to put it all back together and hopefully it'll work, but I just thought that maybe it'd be helpful. Remember, it's 220, it's very dangerous. This is for entertainment only, so don't anybody out there get electrocuted. If you're not sure what you're doing, call a professional to help you.